Good morning everybody. It's just gone, I think it's 7 a.m. I started properly early this morning. I've already done one job, caked in shit, so I've literally just got in the van to go to my next job, which is over in, God, where is it, Camden? I think, I can't remember, I've got to look in the book. Anyway, ITS sent me some stuff, but as it happens, I actually don't need most of it, so I'm just going to do a giveaway. So this is actually, they've got their Black Friday sale is now on for 2 weeks, and you should, if any of you are registered with ITS, you should have these books now. But there are a couple of bits which are worth noting. If you haven't had your book yet, there's a couple of bits in it which were really worth, even I looked at it and thought, that's a properly keen price. 18-volt multi-tool, that's only 100 quid. That was cheap, I thought, because I think Screwfix are currently doing it for 120, something like that. They're Ultex utility bars, they're worth getting. I've got one of those, and it's a good bit of kit. They're worth having, and they're half price. In fact, they're not even 3 quid, and they're properly good. They also sent me a pair of these work boots. Yeah, I'm just looking in the book to see where 35 quid, properly cheap. But these are actually for Tom. I asked him to get a size 8 for Tom, so these are for him. So I'm not giving these ones away, I'm afraid. They've also sent me this little Stanley electric heater, but I'm not giving this away either. This is 23 quid though, properly cheap though. But I'm keeping that because I think that might come in handy for winter. It is absolutely pouring with rain outside. Right, there is actually some other stuff they've sent me, but I'll do it in the back of the van because it's a bit easier. Now they've sent me this. In fact, I can turn it around. I'm going to give this away because I don't actually need it, but that's a 2-piece kit, little 10.8 volt 2-piece kit. Quite a smart little kit actually. It comes in that nice T-stack case, so that's going on this giveaway. Sent me a tool belt, some screwdrivers, utility knife, some cable ties, some more screwdrivers. I think that's an LED head torch. There is a hammer down there, a drywall saw, little Swiss Army knife thing, and a hammer, and one of these Panasonic tool bags, which is also in their sale as well, actually. I think the bag is 20 quid, but don't hold me to it, you'll have to look on the website. So there you go. If you want to be in with a chance to win that, all you've got to do is if you just leave a comment below to let me know you've entered, and just make sure you like this video, and then next week on the next video I'll just pick a winner at random. Good morning viewers, subscribers, whoever you are. My cameraman has unfortunately let me down today. Well, he hasn't let me down, it's more a question of I was a disorganised buffoon and I forgot to book him in. So people who wanted the old style of filming, you've most certainly got it, because I don't have my gimbal because it broke. I don't have my stabilisers because they broke as well. And I'm not using the same mics, so you've really got the old-fashioned shaky filming. I'm on outside lighting duty today. We're in Greenwich. We're finishing off this rewire that we started, and we're literally on the final furlong here. We're almost done. So I'm literally putting a bit of cabling in. Yeah, here we are. Isn't this footage shit? So
does it feel weird going back to that now?
It does. It feels really weird going back to this, because this is the whole point of why I was trying to get away from this, because it eats up time. So yeah. So Tom is in here doing the boiler work. We're just putting the light switch in for the boiler. There's a fuse spur over there we've got to neaten up, and some underfloor heating. That's all the underfloor heating cabling. So that's sort of the final few bits in there. I'll show you around the rest. The lights are all off at the moment because Tom's doing that bit there. So as soon as the lights are back on, I'll show you what we've done. We've got a Nest thermostat as well we've got to fit. I've not actually fitted one of those before, so this will be a new experience, but yeah, got to do that. That's where we're at today. I can't show you that, I'm not allowed to. We've got to fit the alarm system in here, we've got to fit that in. But I'm not allowed to show you that, for obvious reasons. Right, anyway, give me 5 minutes, let me get set up, because I've got to crack on here, and I'll put you on a tripod. Right, I have to mount the said sensor. So these lights here, there's only 3 lights, and they're just operated off this little PIR. It looks like I'm about 50 metres off the ground. I'm not, the floor's literally just there. But it's just, I think it's just the illusion the camera gives. I was sat on this little ledge here last time, And it was like, oh my God, that's so high up. It's not. The floor's literally, it's just there. It's just, I don't know, it's just the illusion the camera gives, I think. I've got to take this bell box off and put a new one on. And I'm not looking forward to removing that because that's normally where the African killer bees sit. So I'm trying to avoid that. I might get Tom to do that bit. Trying to clip into hard mortar is just... I wish somebody could come up with an invention, a way of doing it that looks neat. I know you can get those sticky back squares which you stick on and then you just zip tie the wire to it, but they look... Normally you can clip into the mortar line, but this mortar is so tough, it's just... There was a piece of pipe here, but the powers that be have dictated that they want this, they want that taken out and they want this clipped in. I couldn't see what was wrong with pipe myself, but hey ho. It takes you 4 boxes of clips just to do 1 row of clips. Ah, have you come to take over, mate?
No.
Because this is a shit job.
I've come to take, actually, some Ponflex.
Ah, the flexes.
There you go. Yeah, I know it's a shit job.
I want to throw myself off that balcony. Really?
Yeah, I was contemplating it earlier.
I was just saying, it takes like 4 boxes of clips just to put 12 clips in because they just keep on. They keep popping out. But there you go.
It's getting there.
This is the thing with little jobs like this. They take so long. You look at it, you know, if you were quoting for this, you think, oh yeah, clip a bit of cable, couple of hours work, you know, a few down lights, job done. All day this is taken. Just to put three outside lights, a bit of pipe, run a Cat 6 cable down there. All day this is taken because this stuff like this, you just don't account for it. In fact, if anybody knows of a faster way, put it in the comments. Be interesting to know. My fucking life. This house here that we're working in, we have to upgrade the, for various reasons without getting too complex, the master socket's down there and the secondary socket which actually comes into the house is up here. I don't know, don't understand the reason why. So what we're going to do is we're going to change this over. We've already run in an external Cat 6 which will run from the master point downstairs to the secondary point upstairs, which is about a distance of about 30 meters. And the main reason we're going to do it is we're just going to see, does it actually give you a faster line speed if you upgrade from this old cable to the new style Cat 6. So it's just an interesting little test. We're just going to do some tests now. This one is still active, so to speak. We haven't disconnected it yet. So we're going to test it first before we disconnect it. We'll get a couple of readings, take an average, and then we'll reconnect the new one within a matter of a couple. We're going to try and disconnect this one and reconnect this one as quickly as possible, so just so it's a fair test, and then we'll hopefully see if we get a faster line speed. It's just more out of curiosity than anything, because everybody says nowadays, you know, you've got to have Cat 6, you know, it's the minimum standard now. It's just interesting to see if this old cable, which has been here for like the last 30 years, whether it's actually still any good. So give us 5 minutes, we'll get set up and we'll do a couple of tests inside. All right, so what we've currently got is we've got our little PlusNet router just down here, okay? What I'm going to do, what would have been nice to have done is to have plugged it into, you know, a proper tower PC with a data lead, so you get maybe a more accurate reading. I'm just going to do it off my phone just for the sake of, just a little experiment. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this 5 times. I'll list the averages somewhere on the screen here, and I'll list all the readings we get, and we'll put an average. Okay, so it looks like from those results that we've got a download speed of about 46 to 47 megabits, and we've got an upload speed of about between 9 and 10 megabits, somewhere around there. I don't know the exact average off the top of my head. I'm going to leave it here somewhere, all right? So give us 5 minutes. We're now going to cut out the old cable. We'll reconnect the new Cat 6, and we're just going to see if there's any difference in line speed. 2 minutes. Okay, so it looks like it's marginally faster. There's not a huge amount in it. I was actually expecting more of a result than that, but it's a couple of meg faster on the download. The upload speed seems to be about the same. There doesn't seem to be any real difference in it, but the download speed does seem to be a couple of meg faster. But I was expecting a bit more of a result than that. But there you go, that's how it works. It's just an interesting little test. So yeah, that was about 30 meters of, actually maybe about 35 meters of Cat6 versus the old cable that was there. So it does go to show that it's not always as simple. You know, everyone bangs on about, you know, having to upgrade your cabling and stuff, but it's not always necessary, you know, especially in situations like that. Just thought that was an interesting little test to share. All right, I can't go any further out here today because if you haven't noticed, it's a little dark. So it's just coming up to 7 o'clock. So I've got to get out of here because I've got another job in Surbiton to do. But I'll give you a quick walk around of what we've done inside. Okay, so it's, like I say, it's more or less there, but I'll give you a quick little walk around. Hallway, track lights, that's not actually symmetrical. We had to do that by eye because if it was symmetrically, it was actually sort of coming this way for some, I don't know. But anyway, we had to do it on eye. It looks quite nice. Dimmer switches in here. Not a lot to see. Sockets, usual things, 4 walls and a roof. Light fitting. This flat plate stuff I've got a bit of an issue with because it is, I mean, it's nice, but it's, unless the wall is perfectly flat and perfectly smooth, they just don't sit. And this wall's actually not bad, but the other problem is, and I don't know if you can make it out, when you tighten these up, which you inevitably have to do, otherwise the plate moves, but when you tighten it up, they then bend, and you get this thing where they bow out at the bottom. So it's, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sold on this flat plate finish. I'm really not. It's actually a bit more prominent in this room here. I'll show you in here first. Same again, one light fitting, yada, 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 you get the drift. Socket down there, yada, yada, data. That was the other thing. Some people were sort of saying, why are you bothering to fit data? Customer requested it. And actually, I kind of like fitting data. It's, I think it's nice to have the option to, you know, to have it, you know. And in here, socket, telephone, data, done. Done, yeah, yada, 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 whatever. Socket, data, yada, 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 yada. Ah, these are the ones here. And these ones, I don't know how much you can make out, but there is a definite gap there, but that's because we're using plasterboard boxes because this is a stud wall. So, yeah, this flat plate stuff, I don't know, I'm not totally sold on it. It just, I don't know. It's nice, but it has flaws. When you're trying to get a perfect finish, it does have drawbacks, you know. So our Nest thermostat, which is now on. I mean, the thing's off at the moment, but they're quite nice actually. It came out really nicely. I was quite impressed with that. So yeah, that's done. Yes, I know the power is off. Ah, fucking stay there, please. Oh, but whatever. And that up there is the Nest smoke.
Press to test.
Oh, that's the Nest smoke alarm. Scylla, if you are watching, all right, you left those crisps out, which I'm guessing were for us, so if they weren't, soz, but you left them out. So I do remember at the beginning of this job, you said, and I did hear you say it, help yourself to tea and coffee and food, and this food was out, so we ate it. Boiler cupboard, not a lot to see in here, but it's looking a bit neater now. This trunking's now in, and the switch for the light in here, underfloor heating, Nest programmer doofer thing, fuse spur for the boiler, and another light fitting up there. So anyway, that's about as far as we've got here. I'm going to get going because I'm going to give Dave a hand loading Uggs and he's going to chin me otherwise. Got to be honest, mate, you're a fucking soldier. Fair play. Yeah, I've got to load those 12 treads on the van now. I'm not looking forward to that. Oh well. Just knock the main switch off. Oh, fucking hell. All right, hang on. Let's use phone power. Right.
You got the keys?
Keys are here, yeah. Cool. Ah, top man. Cheers, mate. Let's do battle with this fucking lock. It's not that key. I need this like a fucking hole in the head. That's the one. Okay. We just got to load it all up. Yeah, because all the neighbours appreciate this at 7:30 at night. Yeah, okay, cool. So much for being quiet. Apprentices, you too could be doing this one day. Yeah, fucking right. Treat myself to a fresh bungee. When I was in school and I got shit grades because I wasn't paying enough attention, this was the net result. Strapping bungees to the van at about fucking 7:30 at night. That's not too bad. I mean, there's a bit of shit in there, but it's not.
I don't think it really matters at this point.
Yeah.